This is the third time I've tried to shoot the intro for Sounds Fishy, so we're just kicking this mother off. What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner? Ahoy there, you two. We're back again for other Thoughts from the Corner. I'm here with my good friend Ronnie and Adam.
Yep.
And today, we're very excited to talk about Sounds Fishy. One real answer, a sea of red herrings for big potato games. This is for 4 to 10 players, age is 10 plus, and it's really super stinking simple. There's a 3-minute how to play video, but I can teach you right now. You're going to have within the same number of fishes as there are players in the game minus 1. So if we're playing a 5-player version of the game, you're going to have 4 fishes that you're going to randomly shuffle up. And one person is going to get the fish that is blue. Whoever does not have a fish is then going to take this card out of this little box right here, and they're going to read it aloud. Now, you might notice that there's some blue text right here. So what did the Mongols eat to cure a hangover? Now, if Adam had the blue, he has to say whatever this weird answer is down here.
Pickled sheep's eyes.
But he might want to say it with some inflection, like, I'm not sure. This clearly isn't the right answer.
Pickled sheep's eyes.
Yeah, so he wants to say it like that. Whereas Ronnie, who's got the red one, is just going to make a complete bogus answer, but he's trying to get it to sound realistic.
Sound fake.
And then whoever else is in the game might do the same thing. But me, being the judge, I now have to decide which one of them is being honest and which one is not. And so I do that by essentially just saying, hey, flip over your fish. Now, if it's a red fish, that's good. I've caught a freaking liar, and I get 1 victory point if I stop right then. However, I could flip over more fish and press my luck and try and figure out what the right answers are. And if you're able to successfully guess everyone's color orientation of their fish, then you get 1 extra bonus points. The points are these nice little tokens right here, which are perfectly serviceable. They're actually pretty stinking nice. And then you pass the box to the next player and you play over the course of 1 or 2 rounds. It's really stinking simple. Oh, and there's some scoring aspect where if you made a good clue and they guessed you because they thought it was the real answer, something like that, you can score some bonus points. So pretty much everybody has the option to score points on a turn, which I like. If you want to see a full gameplay, somebody else has probably done it. This is the review. So who wants to start with their initial thoughts on Sounds Fishy?
I enjoyed it. I especially liked the fact that if you take a second to think about it, that's not showing that you are the red herring. Because the blue herring will also do the same thing. Because they want it to sound like they're giving a false answer.
But sometimes you might try and throw it off by saying it's super fast. Like, so
be
there's
quick.
There's wiggle room.
Yeah.
I like that a lot as well.
So if you happen to think of something really quickly, and like this one's a cat, so like just name another animal. Like that's pretty easy to go off. I will say some of the clues, it's more difficult to come up with a fake answer.
I agree. And I think it is very important that you do it exactly the way they said, where you make sure that everyone can see this word right now. Because just seeing that word, just seeing seagulls means you can immediately be like, oh, so if I said doves, whatever my answer isn't going to be that
ravens.
far off. Yeah. So I agree with you. And there's some wiggle room, and there's a good deal of cards here, but yeah, I don't think they're all going to necessarily be as good as other ones. There was like Cornflake came up, and I was like, what the hell else do you put aside from Cornflake? So I get your point on that. But overall, you enjoyed the game.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was great.
Ronnie, what'd you think?
I hated the game.
Look at the camera when you speak.
I hated the game. I did not like it at all.
What did you not like? Just out of curiosity.
So for me, and I did not utilize this strategy, and really no one did at the beginning of the game. But really, for me, I like if the actual thing is sit down. So then, like I would say, stand up. Like something very similar to this. Just say that every time, and like if everyone does that, then it's like, well, then you were just guessing.
Well, I mean, you're pretty much already just guessing.
Right, but I mean, like, I would do that every time. Like, I started doing it towards the end. Like, one of them was a cat, so and my word was a dog. And then someone else said,
notice
like,
it. It was annoying. It was like,
no, it is annoying. It takes the,
it takes
the fun out of the
decision.
game, and it is smart. And I have trouble not doing the smart
I
thing.
love it. And he does. He really does. This takes the fun out of the game, but I did it because I want to win, damn it.
No, right.
Totally, that's legit. That is 100% legit. Why would you possibly play suboptimally?
Right.
I get it. I disagree completely. I also really
I know. I didn't do it at the beginning of the game, but then towards the end of the game, I was like, oh man, I'm behind. Maybe I should just start playing better.
I will say,
Instead
I
of playing
generally don't think
more
of
fun.
min-max when I think of big potato games, but I totally get your point.
Right.
I really do.
Well, and the fact is, like, this is a light game that
It is
it
a
doesn't
light game.
matter if you win or lose.
And also, I do feel like
It doesn't matter if you lose, but it matters if I win.
I mean,
I also feel like-
win, but
Whatever.
I feel like, this should be like a funny game. I feel like it should be like, like a party style game. Like,
Well, it goes to 10 players.
but like all of the answers were, I laughed at because you had some funny answers, but they were clearly lies. They were clear, like all the funny ones were lies. And why would you laugh at the real answer too?
Now, here's where I actually really do agree with you. One thing here, I think this game would be better if it was if this was an adult game. Like, I think this would be hella fun. Like, yeah, because I said the oral sex museum. And if this was,
like,
and you're like, what age is this game for? And I was like, damn, why did you ask that question? Yeah, of course, age 10 plus. But I agree with you. I think if there was a not suitable for work expansion I think that would be a better game just because I think the mechanisms would fit better. So I definitely see your point. But I think, do you have anything else that you didn't like about it? I want to let you get it out because I love it.
That's
I
all
love
that
making
comes to
quiz.
mind at the moment. But
Okay.
not a fan.
For me personally, I liked it a lot. It's staying in my collection, and I personally do recommend it for a couple different reasons. First, super easy to learn, super easy to teach. Only thing that's probably going to throw you off is the scoring a little bit, which they should have put on the back
That
of
was
their rule
another
booklet.
downside.
Should be on the back of here. Come on, Massimo. Use that space. But 4 to 10 players, fantastic player count. Easy to learn, easy to teach. 3-minute video had us up and running in no time at all. Very solid components. And I think as a family game, like if you're going to bust this out on Thanksgiving, I think it's going to go over spectacular. I think if you got 11, 12, 13-year-old nieces, 10-year-olds, I think my 9-year-old could play this no problem, as long as they could read. I think if you're playing it with that crowd and everybody's digging, I think this could go over extremely well.
About the scoring, I would say if you play Dixit, the scoring is at least as complicated as Dixit's scoring.
And once again, that's one of those things where it's like that really could have been remedied so easily with the back of the rule booklet, or maybe even one of the fish. Like shoot,
the back of the fish.
Shoot,
yeah.
He said shoot. Why not just like on the tail fin, just bam, like just a little bit of iconography? Because I do agree, the scoring
It's complicated.
It's not intuitive.
Yes, it's not intuitive. I think it has enough cards though. Like I think it has tons of cards.
I
like
would say
plot.
the scoring makes sense the way it works, but it's just like you got to look it up every once in a while. It's just kind of complicated, but it makes sense.
So, I really like this one, but here's the question that I always like to ask. If I were going to hand you this game, would it stay in your collection, Adam?
It would. Yeah, I'd stay with my family.
Not give me
Ronnie,
this
what do you
game.
think? What
It is staying in my collection, and it's one of those games that I see myself just throwing into my bag if I'm going to a game day or a game night. I think this is also a game that, for most people, I think would be what I like to call a chameleon game. It's going to fit into a lot of different situations. Lightweight filler game, I think most people at game night are probably going to like it. If you're playing this as a gateway game, absolutely. If you're playing as a family weight game, I think it's going to go over well. It's easy enough that anybody can learn it. I think it has a lot of good stuff going for it. I see Ronnie's points, but I'm going to keep it. I enjoyed it an awful heck of a lot. But there you go. That sounds fishy from Big Potato Games. If it looks like it's your cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. Also, if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. As we're trying to reach 15,000 subscribers by the end of next year. I just had to pump that up by 600 yesterday. But let me know in the comments below if you could have potatoes in any way, shape, or form. What's your go-to form of potatoes? Mash them, bash them, put them in a stew?
There's these ones where you smash them and then you fry it. Like, just like
good.
straight smash it and then fry
Is
it
it
in a
crispy?
deep fryer. Yeah, it's like crispy and the center is like gooey, but it's like flat and all the skin's still on it. Oh, delicious.
Sounds good. I love smashed potatoes.
As long as there's garlic with it, I'll take any form of potato.
All right. I like, personally, to put a potato in the microwave, 7 minutes, mush it up, little bit of cheese, little Worcester sauce, ranch. I call it the Worcester Ranch potatoes. They're fantastic. I mean, they're good. Comments below is always after time too. I don't want to get too excited they try it out. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.